students, and welcome to a new episode. This is episode 16 covering module 2, unit 4, in which we will be focusing on writing. We will look at the writing process and look at how to write a specific type of writing, which is the descriptive writing. As you may remember, previously we've said during the first term we have the narrative type of writing and the descriptive type of writing. And in today's episode, we will be specifically focusing on the descriptive type of writing. Now, before we look into further details and understand the guidelines on how to write a descriptive piece and look at the writing process, let's understand what is meant by descriptive writing. Well, descriptive writing is basically writing that gives clear and concise description of everything. It could be a place, a person, an object, or an event. And the purpose of descriptive writing is to describe a person or place, as we said, in a way that a picture is formed in the reader's mind. So you want to create a picture in your reader's mind. And you want your reader to read your writing and imagine it. So you're going to provide also enough details to evoke the senses of the reader, the 5 senses of the reader. You want them to feel through reading your text or your writing. And a third purpose of descriptive writing is to describe something in a very realistic way that the reader can actually feel it. So if they actually saw it in front of them, they would actually recognize it from reading your writing. Now, there are some guidelines for descriptive writing that you need to follow when writing your essay. What are these guidelines? Descriptive writing is vivid, colorful, and detailed. So pay close attention to details. Try to visualize everything. Your writing needs to be detailed and very descriptive. Try to create sensory details such as sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. Choose a good topic and decide what it is going to be about. You're supposed to be able to choose something that you can actually describe. Use descriptive words like adjectives to make your writing more interesting. Adjectives make your writing beautiful, so try to use lots of adjectives in your writing. And it is important to organize all the details in chronological order. And finally, you are going to reread and reflect on your writing to see if more details are needed or if there are too many details that you need to remove. So it is important to reread and reflect on your writing. Before we start writing our topic, let's take a look at the writing process. Do you remember the writing process? Yes, hopefully. It is composed of 5 main stages: pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, and publishing. Let's look at each stage separately. Starting with the pre-writing for descriptive writing. You're going to choose your topic and think about what you are going to write and how you are going to write your topic. So think carefully about this. Think about the qualities you are going to describe and make a list of the details you will describe, either the details of the place or the person or the object you're going to describe. Make an outline, a mind map for the report, or use a graphic organizer. It is very important to plan your topic in the pre-writing stage. And some ways to do that is through an outline, mind map, or a graphic organizer. And when planning your writing, it is important to understand that your descriptive writing will be composed of 3 main parts. You have the introduction, which is an introductory statement that sets the scene and introduces the reader to the topic. You're introducing the topic to your reader and you're setting the scene for them. Have a strong opening line that grabs the reader's attention. You want to grab the reader's attention to let them read your work. We have then 2 body paragraphs. Each body paragraph should develop a separate point and provide supporting details and specific examples. So each body paragraph has a separate idea. They're not the same ideas. Same topic, yes, but not same ideas. Each body paragraph should begin with a topic sentence. What's the topic sentence? A sentence introducing the idea of your paragraph that states the main idea of the paragraph. And finally, which is the third part, you have the conclusion, where you will tie all ideas in your essay together. Restate your point and end with a strong final sentence. Do not add anything new in your conclusion. Simply evaluate your ideas in the essay and just wrap things up with a short, clear final statement. That's the pre-writing stage. We move on to the drafting. And in the drafting stage, you use the ideas mentioned in the plan to write a complete rough draft of the essay. Focus on the word rough here. It's not your final draft, no. It's a rough draft, so you can still edit your writing. So you will take the main points you wrote in your plan and try to develop them. Develop a more cohesive text to organize your ideas. Focus on the things which will evoke images in the reader's mind. You want your reader to imagine your writing, as we said. Don't worry about spelling, grammar, or punctuation mistakes in this step, because all mistakes will be revised in the following steps. That's the drafting. Moving on to the revising. Here, students will review, modify, and reorganize their work with the goal of making it better. So you want to make your work better here. You add ideas, you remove unnecessary details, or you add details. So you're working on your writing as a whole. When reviewing, ask yourself questions like, do my paragraphs confuse more than they describe? Am I trying to confuse my reader or giving them a description? Ask yourself that. Are there enough details to give the reader a complete picture, or are the details missing? The picture is not complete. Think of that too. Do the word choice and figurative language involve the 5 senses? So are you evoking the 5 senses within the reader through your writing? Are they able to feel sight, smell, sound, taste, and touch? We move on to the editing stage, where you will proofread and look out for language errors like grammar, spelling, punctuation marks, and edit to improve style and clarity. This is a very important stage in the writing process. And finally, you will end with the publishing stage, where you will share your report with the rest of the class. Now that we've looked at the writing process, it is also important to understand how will your writing be graded, or which criteria will be followed when the teacher grades your writing. So we have rubrics that we follow. You will be graded on planning. Did you create a plan, either a mind map, an outline, a graphic organizer? And were you able to jot down your ideas? You will be graded on the exposition of ideas and coherence. So, are your ideas coherent? Do they go along together? You will be graded on paragraphing and number of sentences. Are you fulfilling the correct number of paragraphs and number of sentences stated? You will be graded on grammar. So make sure you do not have any grammatical mistakes. You will be graded on spelling. So refer back to a dictionary to check the correct spelling, and you will be graded on punctuation and handwriting. So make sure that you are writing in a clear and neat handwriting. Now let's apply the whole procedure to write a topic about countries and cities. You can find this task in your student book, page 38. The task tells you to choose a country or city you would recommend a friend to visit, and write a report of 2 paragraphs describing the weather, culture, people, language in this country, and the places you can visit and the things you can do there. It's an interesting topic here. So you are going to describe a country, which means you're going to describe a place. So you're going to use adjectives that describe a place. Let's look at the different adjectives that we can use when describing a place. We have positive adjectives that include attractive, beautiful, lively, calm, fascinating, peaceful, ancient, modern, quiet, traditional. These are all positive adjectives describing the place or the country. What if there is something that I don't like about the place or country and I want to describe it? I will use adjectives also, which have a negative connotation: boring, crowded, dull, expensive, polluted, ugly, noisy. Now, in today's episode, we will write a topic about Turkey. Keep in mind that you are free to choose the country you want to write about, so you can do research about that. Before writing, let's collect ideas. So you're going to collect ideas in order to write them for your plan. So we want to collect ideas, general ideas about Turkey: the language, the weather, where is it located, the capital city, and so on. For our second paragraph, we will collect ideas about places to visit and things to do. So you could go shopping, eating, visiting interesting cultural sites, doing activities, and so on. Let's look at our ideas in further detail. The plan. Your plan is supposed to look something like this. So you have two columns for your two body paragraphs, or your two main ideas. Now, where do you get your two main ideas? You get them from the heading itself. As you can see from the task, it tells you to describe weather, culture, people, language in this country. So in the first body paragraph, you're going to talk about Turkey in general. In your second body paragraph, you will describe the places to visit and things to do. Now that you have a clear idea what your main ideas are going to be, you're going to support them with details or provide details for your main ideas. Let's start with the first one. Turkey. The capital city is Ankara. Borders many countries in Europe and Asia. It has hot, dry summers and cool, wet winters. Talking about the weather here. It has a mix of Asian and European cultures, and people there speak the Turkish language. What about places and things to do? You can shop at the Grand Bazaar. You can visit Islamic historical places like the Hagia Sophia Mosque. You can also visit the rock sites of Cappadocia and watch the hot air balloons. You can go visit restaurants and dine at restaurants, tasting the Turkish cuisine, and cruise on the Bosphorus River. Before we start our writing, let's take some things into consideration. Remember to use a capital letter after a full stop to indicate that a sentence ended and a new one is going to start. Start a sentence with a capital letter. Use a full stop to show the end of a sentence. Use a comma to show a pause in a sentence. And finally, use a question mark to show a direct question. Let's write the topic together. Starting with body paragraph number 1, we're going to have an introduction sentence that says, Turkey is one of the most famous and enjoyable destinations visited during the summer holidays. I introduce the topic to my reader. Topic sentence for body paragraph 1. The interesting culture, warm summer weather, and the overall atmosphere give you a great entertaining experience. See how I described the idea here? I'm going to support it with details. Turkey borders many countries on both the European and the Asian side, which makes its culture a beautiful blend of both Europe and Asia. Many people think that the beautiful, lively city of Istanbul is the capital of Turkey. However, the capital city of Turkey is Ankara. The climate in Turkey is very stable, where we see hot, dry summers and cool, wet winters. The main language spoken there is Turkish, and the people there kindly welcome visitors and tourists and make them feel like home. See how I provided my supporting details for my first idea? Moving on to body paragraph 2. Topic sentence could be something like, in Turkey, there are many fascinating places to visit and fun things to do. I'm going to mention them in the details. In the amazing city of Istanbul, it is important to visit the historical Islamic places like the Hagia Sophia Mosque and the Blue Mosque. There, you can see the ancient buildings and the beautiful calligraphy written on the high walls inside the huge mosques. Moreover, you can enjoy your shopping experience at the Grand Bazaar, where you can find unique items and explore the beauty of the Turkish heritage. Eating at restaurants is a must. You can taste the delicious variety of the Turkish cuisine, including juicy meat kebabs and the warm oven-baked pastries. Another interesting thing to do is to cruise on the wide sky blue Bosphorus River and see the important cultural sites. Outside Istanbul, you can visit the rock sites of Cappadocia and watch the marvelous scene of the hot air balloons. Do you see how my supporting details here are filled with adjectives? So it is important that you have your writing detailed so you can actually imagine what I've wrote here and create a mental image. I will conclude with Turkey is unique in its culture, traditions and places. So spending the summer holiday there would make it a wonderful experience. Now it's time for what? It's time to edit our writing. Let's look at the mistakes that we have here. We have 3 red boxes that indicate some mistake. Let's look at the first red box, countries. What's the mistake here? It is obviously a spelling mistake, so refer back to a dictionary and check the spelling. What about Turkey? What's wrong with it? Yes, we're supposed to have a capital T for Turkey. And the third red box, I can see that the word following it starts with a capital letter, but there is something missing before. It is the full stop. Excellent. Let's edit paragraph 2. Again, we have 3 mistakes in our paragraph. The first one, ancient. It doesn't look right. What's wrong with it? Excellent. It's a spelling mistake. So make sure you write the correct spelling. Moreover, you can enjoy your shop experience. It doesn't sound right, so it's a grammatical mistake. Good. What's the correct answer? Shopping. Very good. Last mistake, another interesting thing to do. What's wrong with the word interesting here? Good job, it's a spelling mistake. So you're going to find and write the correct spelling. Now that you've edited all your mistakes, you are going to publish your topic and share it with the class. Your topic is going to look something like that. Make sure to indent before your paragraphs. So in today's episode, we looked at how to write a descriptive essay. We looked at the parts of a descriptive essay, and we planned a descriptive essay composed of the 3 main parts of the essay: introduction, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and the conclusion. Thank you for watching.